how you doing? Hey, check it out. We're going to try this Pro Mac610 out again. Ported the snot out of it, and we're going to see what happens. We've been trying to get this thing to go. We haven't had any successes yet, but we're not going to give up. We're just going to keep trying until we figure it out, right guys? So we're going to try it out here again today. Let me explain what I've done since the last video. So the last time I assembled the saw, I forgot to adjust the intake timing. So I went ahead and took care of that. That was going to bug me until I took care of it, and I figured, you know what, let's just get her done. So the intake is now adjusted. The rest of the work I've done is in the carburetor. I decided to go ahead and drill it out. So both low speed and high speed circuits have been drilled out slightly. Now I've done one other thing. That's with the velocity stack. See, a viewer out there asked me if I made sure the hole size of the velocity stack was the same as the carburetor, and I did, but it wasn't until he made that comment that made me double check. And here I forgot to adjust the diameter of the hole at the choke itself. You see, the choke is its own separate plate, and I forgot to set that or adjust that part to match with the carb. So I took care of that as well. Now today we're going to give it another try and see what happens. Hopefully we got it. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't though. So let's see what happens. All right, so let me explain to you what you just saw, because it's completely different now than what it was before. You see, the low speed circuit's cranked all the way out, and the idle screw is also cranked all the way in. Like, I'm trying to push the idle as hard as I can just to get it to idle. So she appears to want more air and to fuel both, just to idle, which doesn't make sense. Now, after doing all this work, I'm also noticing that the high speed and low speed circuits are starting to interfere with each other like they're supposed to. So, you know, with the screws turned all the way out, like you can notice that the high speed is kind of bleeding into the low speed. You know, I'm starting to notice that. So that's kind of on the right track, but something's not making sense here. So I got this thing pushing a lot of fuel, and I got a feeling we might actually just have an issue with the carburetor itself not flowing properly. I'm suspicious we got a bad check valve in the carb or something, like an issue like that. I got a feeling, because I feel like this saw should be able to run better than what it is now with its setup in this carb. So I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to put a different carb on this. This carb's being a pain in the butt from day one, and I'm really thinking maybe I should just go ahead and look at putting a different carb on it and get it set up with something else. Now, since I'm thinking about putting a different carb on it, I got to think about that a little bit, because this is one where the two screws are straight across from each other. It doesn't have a normal impulse. The impulse comes at a different location than all my other carbs. It doesn't come like a dead center between the two. It comes off to the side of one of the screws that bolted on. So I'm thinking about setting up a carb that takes an impulse line and setting this thing up with an impulse line on a carb with the two screws straight across from each other. But it's also got to be set up to where the throttle linkage connects to the right side of the carb. And I know a lot of carbs connect to the left side, so I got to have it set up like that as well. So I'm gonna have to do some searching and see if I can find a carb, you know, as close as I can get. I just think that we might just have a bad carburetor here. That's the next route I'm taking, at least. I'm gonna have to do some mods to get it to work, so we'll have to get you on the next one. All right, so catch you later.